Hey there, lords and ladies. Welcome to the Dragonpit. We are one man down this week because he had a new family member arrive that he made himself.
Congratulations, Peter.
Well, Peter's wife
And Maggie.
made.
More importantly, Maggie.
More importantly.
Unlike many of the childbirths on House of the Dragon, everything was successful, and we are grateful that he's taking the night off.
We're excited to get him back, but we wish him Godspeed in this new journey.
He always dragged us down anyway. I want to say at the top, and we forget to do this, we are not going to spoil anything beyond this episode.
Right.
So as long as you are caught up with episode 3 of season 3, please keep watching.
We might hint, but we're never going to spoil.
But also, we're pretty far from the books, but we don't spoil. We're not a spoil. We're a spoiler conscious group of people.
Correct.
All right. So Rhaenyra's having a day.
Well, what do you think of the cold open? Our first cold open of the season. I noticed that right away.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, I mean, it was
it like jumped
pretty good.
I thought I had more time, and it jumped right in, and I had to double back from my snack because I was letting it play.
Yeah, we see Daemon showing up to the Hightower army. He's got his dragon, 2 other dragons, which we should all remember that Aegon the Conqueror conquered all of Westeros with just 3 dragons. Yep. So he feels pretty cocky, not even wearing any armor, just strolls on up to Ormond, and Ormond says to lay down his arms. I mean, in my head, I'm like, this is a society based on honor.
Right.
And
real dirty pull with the Hightowers.
Real dirty pull. And it is, yeah, I mean, I think it is a dirty trick that isn't going to go over well with other people in Westeros.
I also just, not only was the deception there at the very beginning, just outright like, okay, you're showing you're not men of honor, whatever. Like, for lack of, Daemon might be an asshole, but he wouldn't do that. He wouldn't lay down his sword and say we surrender. Just
right, totally.
Immediately.
Daemon definitely would not.
But it was just too damn easy.
Well, and okay, I mean, shouldn't there have been a sign when the dragon didn't come along?
You have 3 dragons. Like, why wouldn't you escort? Why would they leave a dragon just hanging out?
Yeah.
Like, oh, you guys are my sworn enemies. Yeah, you've given up to us. We're going to take his rider, but we're not going to take the dragon. That didn't make any freaking sense. Like,
yeah, particularly when you literally just got your dragons because random people could figure out how to fly them.
Correct.
And you're just going to leave this weapon of mass destruction in the hands of the Greens and be like, cool, that's fine.
And he knew from the beginning. He says it multiple times. You got to kill the kid. Why would you not take the dragon with you to perhaps pair with another rider? It was too easy.
I mean, I don't know if dragons just like go with you, but
right. But
they need to do something.
He should have had Darren mount the dragon and escort him back to King's Landing and to the Dragon Pit.
You know what I just thought of? He should have had. I mean, the title of this entire story is "A Dance of Dragons." Was the novella that George R. R. Martin wrote. Why didn't they have the other dragons kill that dragon?
Right.
Like, we're killing dragons now. We killed Meleys. Like, why not kill Tessarion?
In front of him.
Yeah.
In front of him. He had 3 big-ass dragons.
It just doesn't make any sense. I don't know if this is just like a plot hole or Daemon's hubris, which we're going to get into later. But, like, it just seemed kind of like we missed something.
The cold open was the last bit of nerve-inducing mix during this thing. I think that this episode alone will win the Emmy for audio.
Yeah. I mean, the music. I like the first thing I wrote in my notes. Music is odd.
It was odd. I felt like the ringing gave me like a little bit of tinnitus. I thought it was like, oh, this is intentional. It's showing the unnerving of it. I think this is not a fun rewatch episode, but I thought it was a good episode as a whole.
Yeah.
But it was because of what they did with the audio mixing that put the viewer on edge from beginning to end.
Yeah, totally. I think it really like sets a horror scene. Like it felt like you were watching a horror movie and that like something was going to jump out at you.
At all times. But it raised the nerves subconsciously, and I think it raised the stakes.
Okay, so we before we move on from the cold open, I like that he teases like, Ulf, wouldn't you want to be the Lord of Old Town?
I thought that was a good move and a bad move because I don't think that Ulf understands that wasn't a real thing. Like,
that's a good point. That's a good point.
Yeah, I would like,
but it does, but it does put notions in Ulf's head.
Exactly. It was a rare bad play for Daemon, who doesn't understand.
No, I mean we've already said Daemon's a bad manager.
Oh yes, he just doesn't understand the ignorance of his staff.
Because he's a bad manager.
Lord of Old Town, hell yeah,
he is a bad manager. Okay, so then we get over to King's Landing. And Rhaenyra's, telling Daemon like the air is thick with ghosts, which we're going to see some ghosts throughout here, and she's really just trying to justify her father's faith, but also get to the coronation, and she is very eager for that coronation.
I also thought that was a very telling thing that she was all on board. It's like, hey, we got to do these things right, proper, and Daemon's like, well, let's begin, and like I thought the way the ringing pitch stopped when he said "let's begin" and then moved on. I was like, again, very impressed with the audio of this this episode.
Better than the audio of the Dragonpit from time to time.
Yeah, and again, we're on a budget. We're not sponsored. If you want to sponsor us, reach out. We make tens of dollars, so let us know.
Okay, so then we kind of get to the small council, which has gotten increasingly small, and they find out she's not going to have a coronation because there isn't any money left, and problems are mounting quickly.
They've been robbed, and I know we're going to disagree on this, but I more and more cannot stand Mysaria, the mistress of whispers.
Yeah,
like I just think she gives bad advice. It's
no, you don't think? I mean, Mysaria. I like Mysaria. Like she's definitely like a little bit of a socialist, but a
little bit of a socialist. Like it's a little too much. It's
okay. Like I think that Rhaenyra later in the episode has a point. Like she has to figure out how to rule this city before she can rule everyone else. And Mysaria is trying to like help her with appearances, but
which I just disagree. I'm
sniping
in Daemon's camp with this.
Okay, I'll say something bad about Mysaria.
Okay,
she's gotten real fancy clothes all of a sudden. Like she's looking good. Yeah, she's like looking really good. She's got her finery on. Like she's a girl who loves a handmade little stone dress. Yeah.
I will say that the one good move I thought that was done by Rhaenyra was the small council leaving them.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I mean, it is a problem because she doesn't have people to now do these things. And even like Sir Luther, is he a knight?
Yeah, I know he's not. He's
Captain Luther, we'll call him. Is like, I can't really be your queen's guard. Like I'm in charge of running this city. And I was thinking to myself, all the gold cloaks are in here with her. They're not out there. If Mysaria is so worried about the people,
why isn't she restoring order for the people?
Yeah. But it's because Rhaenyra doesn't have any people.
And it's the argument of vanity versus legitimacy that they try to make. It's like, it has to, I think Rhaenyra was correct. Like it has to be both. Like you can't do it hastily. If you don't do it the proper way, then people aren't going to take you seriously.
Yeah.
And I think that's where we sit with the small council right now. And the only person that is actually stepping up to the plate is Daemon again when he realizes like, well, Aemon's gone, Vhagar's gone, we don't know where they're at. We don't even have Crispin on the map right now. Nobody's even thinking about him, which is I think a gross misstep. But
yeah, they've only got. I mean, a small council typically, like for instance, Viserys never had a Master of Whispers, which is the role Mysaria is playing here, although she's playing many roles. And then you've got Corlys, who's Hand of the Queen, and then Daemon, who's I don't know what his
King Regent, I think it is.
Yeah, but like not a technical role. She should have a master of laws, a master of coin, a master of war. Like she's missing a lot of cabinet posts here.
She doesn't even have rat catchers.
She doesn't have rat catchers.
Which I did think it was a little. I thought it was well done, like the cutaways to the rats and the trivial things coming up. It's like we're running out of tallow to make the candles. We're all being in darkness.
Yeah. I mean, you must have those. I have these days all the time where it's like you can barely get done with one task before you have another 80 tasks ahead of you.
Yeah, it was a real. The episode itself showed a real burden of the crown. It was heavy lies the crown today, and she just kept. One thing would come one after the another, and she couldn't. She was underwater. She couldn't catch her breath.
Yep.
And it was with trivial things, but again, like if she would have people around her, or she would just make the decision to appoint people. And I felt like she did a lot of bad decision making in this episode, personally.
Yeah. But we agree that she should have left those losers behind.
And talking out both sides of her mouth. Yeah, like the guys back in back on Dragonstone didn't do her any favors.
No, they did not.
She needs to get her house in order.
She needs her own people.
Yep.
Okay, should we? I feel like this is early in the episode, but we're still I think we should go for it now. So our question for the night, which we like to do now, is like our pool from all of the Westeros universe. If you could only have 3 people on your small council in all of Game of Thrones, who would you pick?
You want me to go first?
I want you to say one. I'm going to say one, then you're going to say one.
I think the obvious choice is like a guy like Ned Stark. Ned Stark would be my one of one pick.
Why?
One, that he's extremely loyal. I think loyalty really matters.
Yep.
At the end of the day, you hear bickering among other people, but if he's there for you, he's there for the right reasons, and so that's why I would pick him as my 101.
So, I knew you would pick Ned, partially because you're just a Ned fan, and as you told me, the rest of them we have.
I'm a WB fan, so
I
get it.
I actually would pick Robb Stark because I think you get the loyalty that you get with Ned, but Robb actually was very skilled in warfare. Robb outsmarted Tywin Lannister. He won these battles. Yeah, he had a problem when he married the wrong woman, but I think Robb is actually a better tactician than Ned.
Okay.
So he's going to be my sort of Daemon, I guess you could say.
Okay, who's your number 2?
My number 2, if I'm going for Missaria, Mistress of Whispers, and I'm going to pick a woman because I want women on my council. I'm going to go with Olenna Tyrell.
Okay.
She was always so cunning. She always knew, she knew more than Varys did. And I think Varys, which is another good legendary master of whispers, would still get outsmarted sometimes by Olenna. I mean, she orchestrated Joffrey's death. She also, because right now she really needs somebody who's good with money. Olenna, got Tywin to pay for the entire wedding. She was really smart with, trickery, figuring out where the money is, where the power is. And she, I think, would be a very good mistress of whispers.
For my person in that, I wouldn't put him in that spot. I would do Sir Arthur Dayne. I think
you're going brawn over brains.
Well, I wouldn't say that at all. I think that he is brains because I think he, again, something in my life, and I think something in a lot of people's life is he was loyal. He was not only a friend, he was a confidant.
Yep.
And Ned is more like the father figure in this scenario, and Sir Arthur Dayne, even though they clashed, they did it out of a righteous cause on both sides, and they didn't begrudge each other. And I think that somebody like Sir Arthur Dayne, of having a ride or die, having your best friend with you is one of the things. I'm not saying he'd be my best friend, but I'd hope he'd be
of course. You'd want him to be your best friend.
And then my final pick, I was debating between 2 people, and it was Brendan Rivers, who we see as the Third-Eyed Raven. He served his hand to the king during the Blackfire Rebellions. And the other one was Tywin Lannister.
I thought about Tywin too. When I was thinking about Lex. When I was thinking about Olenna, I was like, Tywin is like Olenna with as a man.
But I went with my final pick between those two was Brennan Rivers, and the reason why is because he was not only like a brilliant tactician that kept his brother's head from being on a spike from the Blackfires that were at the time truly, if you get into the lore of this universe, they weren't winning, and he was able to turn the tides, and he's like the original OG master of whisperers. He built the network.
Yeah, he is. I mean, he is. Yeah,
he thought of
he used magic too.
All the angles, and used magic, and he had blood magic from the Targaryens. So I think that those would be my three. Who would be your last?
Not Lexington, who is so annoying right now. I actually wanted to pick someone from House of Dragon. I think Lionel Strong was an amazing Hand of the King.
Yep.
Like Lionel Strong always gave really good political advice. He understood the political realities. He knew how to, like get people to agree with each other, but he also understood all of the jobs. He had the Master of Coin job, the Master of Law job, and the Hand of the King. And so I think he is sort of a, what is it, like a switch hitter? Like he could play a bunch of positions.
A utility player.
A utility player. Yeah. You can tell my sports knowledge is a little rough. But he could do
a switch hitter.
I don't know. He has
totally better than the other team.
Sure. Anyway, he I think did like the realm would have fallen into chaos a lot quicker had he not served Viserys very loyally for many years.
So as always, we would love your feedback. So go ahead and drop us a comment and a follow, both on our Spotify, YouTube, Apple, and RSS feed.
And we'll maybe get Peter's picks, but last time we were a little skeptical of his.
And he has his own little Joe Rogan universe, and they all voted for him, so it's a little frustrating.
Anyway, okay, so when Rhaenyra doesn't really know what to do, she goes to see Alicent because, why not go see your bestie who you have now imprisoned in Maegor's Holdfast with her daughter.
She should have never listened to Alicent. She listens to Alicent on a couple different things. She listens to Alicent on lying about Aegon being dead.
Yeah. It's just it's so frustrating because she's like, well, before you killed my father, and you're like, before you married my father,
right.
Like if we're going to talk about wrongs against fathers and the girl code, you did that first.
You have one grandson down. I have two sons down now.
Yeah, exactly. And for her to be like, so you want me to lose my son is so rich.
Right. It's like, yeah, you lost.
I have lost even if my heir, like my firstborn children and my stillborn baby. I've lost 3 sons in a matter of days, and you have the audacity to tell me that I should save your sons.
I thought it was pretty brilliant that they had the actor that played Jace walk through the halls.
Yeah, and that's the ghost. Yeah.
Rattle her like somebody that looks very familiar, and it just shows that again paired with the audio and the music of the thing, how on edge she was, and like she's seeing things and she's not thinking clearly, and that's obvious because she keeps going to Alicent.
Yeah, what did you think of Alicent's advice about just declare Aegon dead?
I, like the High Priest did, poked a lot of holes on it right away. Like,
yeah.
You didn't have the sisters come. You don't have a body. We don't know any of this. And at the end of the day, like just saying that your rival is dead doesn't make it true.
Yeah.
And even if he is burnt badly, like if he comes back, like there are going to be people that know him.
Yeah, this goes also to like the fact that Rhaenyra really doesn't have anyone giving her advice, that she is just gonna turn around right away and tell the lie that Alicent told her to tell the High Septon.
It's like you're getting led to slaughter with this.
Yeah.
Why would she give me bad advice? I don't know. Why would she give me bad advice?
Come on. And like this whole childhood friends, like that's so tired at this point. Like just stop. And then, Rhaenyra goes to see the High Septon, who is not going to anoint her. I mean, that she is everything the High Septon hates. Like, I mean, I know we've talked a little bit about this.
Perverse with the dragons.
Yeah, and like, there's a grand conspiracy throughout the Game of Thrones universe that like the Maesters and the High Septon hate the Targaryens. They hate dragons. They are always trying to kill all of the magic in the world. Like
they're indentured servants to this because they don't believe in magic, or they don't want magic to exist because that undercuts their authority. I mean, if I was her, I would have just taken the Septon's head.
Yeah.
And been done with it. Because, okay, you can't anoint me. And he threatens her. He straight out threatens her, and he goes,
yeah, like don't lose the faith of the people. If you lose the faith, like the faith, don't make an enemy of the faith, I think is what she says. And I mean, we see Cersei did that in season 5, and didn't work out well for her.
Like, let's not empower these guys to like if they are getting too high. You have dragons. You have the ultimate deterrent. You just took Otto's head.
Yep.
Take a couple more.
And the faith of the Seven is very patriarchal. Like they do not want women in charge. Right. They don't allow women to become maesters. They think the women's places in the home, like for her,
you charge them with blasphemy for anointing the wrong king, and say you find a new one.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know why. I mean, it was again bad advice, bad counsel. Then she goes to dinner with Corlys and Adam and Alan.
I mean, this reminds me of the worst dinner party you could possibly think of going to. Like you signed up for it like 3 months in advance, and you can't cancel.
Yeah,
they know where you're going to be at.
Yeah, like you've come up with every other excuse.
Ironically, this isn't even the worst dinner she has in this episode. Like it leads off like it's a terrible dinner party.
Yeah,
and it has Adam and Alan sitting there like, thank you for letting us be here, and ends with like, well,
I mean,
what's happening?
We can talk about this more when we talk about Corlys, but like it just reminds me of when Viserys goes to talk to Corlys about betrothing Rhaenyra to her son, and like he reaches too far. Like he just always is reaching too far. And Rhaenyra kind of gives like a half promise of like, maybe. And then
that sounds good. Like, why don't you just say, when this is done and the claimants are done, I will rise them up.
Well, the other thing is she walks out into the hall and sees Baela. Like, Corlys just forgets about his granddaughter, and Rhaenyra is feeling a little bit, like she's a woman who's denied her rights. And
he doesn't like his granddaughters because they're the seeds of Daemon.
Yeah, but like, I don't know. I just think that he doesn't know his granddaughters very well because he's been gone, and he doesn't feel this like guilt. I mean, Corlys is such a deadbeat dad for him to like show up several years after everybody else in his life has died.
Hey kids, I don't have this family to go to anymore, but I got you season tickets. So,
also it's like
Dad's back.
Yeah. Also, like we accidentally did burn down all of your inheritance, and we have nothing left to give you, but I'll try to get you legitimized.
Right.
By basically robbing my granddaughter of her birthright.
Right. But then again, as we're shitting on Corlys, he goes back, and he's like the only one that kind of sees through the mess that she's making when she goes and holds court, which is which is, I'll let you get into it because I don't have to deal with the menses, but I'll let you.
So then she's the next day she can't sleep. She calls the name is bed. The next day she has to get up and sit at the throne. I mean, I like don't particular like I like that Alinda's back. Alinda was always a really strong character. I really like that Alinda's there, and like she's finally got like one person who is she knows she's had
in her camp for her.
Yeah.
And nobody else.
Yeah. And, Alinda, as a Massey, actually, Alinda is a highborn woman. And then she was kicked out of her servitude by Varys or Larys. Yeah, Larys.
Yep.
And so she's back, and she's giving her good advice. Like, put the crown on, maybe don't put the sword on.
Yeah, dude, don't threaten your people.
Like, isn't that exactly what you
last
did
time? Yeah, last time you were there with a sword, you took a dude's head. So like, maybe we not do the sword this time.
And so I will say, I don't really want to go into the fact that she's menstruating, but I think the only reason I would bring it up is because in the book, people say that the first time she sat the throne, she bled.
Mm-hmm.
And there's like a picture in the book that's like cutting her hand.
Right.
But, you know, one could assume maybe like because she is on her menstrual cycle that she's actually bleeding because it's her time of the month and not because she was cut or viewed as unworthy by the throne. So the throne, and that's like Viserys is constantly being cut by the throne
because he's
always got those like
of the position.
Yeah, he's got back sores and you know his fingers, and he just does. It's so gross. And so I think they're trying to make the point like, oh, she's not actually on the throne isn't rejecting her. It's just that she's a woman. I mean,
Corlys, like she goes, well, what about the Kingswood? Corlys
and then she does. Well, she does come up with some good. Like, she's like, we don't have enough wool because of the sheep, and she's like, why don't you skin them before you feed them to dragons? And I'm like, okay. And then
boars and
she offers up
boars and bears are off limits because Corlys says so, but rabbits and squirrels.
Well, I think it's a fair point. Like Rhaenyra is trying to not be, and we see this with the dinner with the highborn. She is trying to share. She said you have to be good stewards of all these resources. And so I think she's thinking to herself, like, look, I've got a huge forest.
We got a bunch of pigs that we could kill and
feral hogs are getting a real problem. Like let's
tearing up the rhubarb.
Yeah.
It's just not a good spot.
Why don't you guys just go out there and use that? I mean, I think she's trying to, and then Corlys gets very upset about it.
Well, this is reason number 2 this episode that I just hate the white worm. Mm-hmm. And Mysario plants a person in the court to come and say, I'm just as guilty as these high lords.
Oh, you think Sylvie is a Mysaria plant?
I think Sylvie's a Mysaria plant.
I didn't read into it that way, but I think that's a good
put up to do it
they are homegirls.
They are homegirls and like the plight of the people, even though I'm guilty
Interesting.
And it does.
It's like when lobbyists plant questions for congressional hearings. Right. Yeah, I like it.
Didn't think of that.
Yeah. Like, that seems to be mighty convenient to the pharmaceutical industry. Yeah. No, I didn't catch that. I think that's a good call. Maybe I'll knock Mysaria for that. Yeah,
maybe.
Although it's something I do frequently in Congress, so maybe not. Mysaria is a good lobbyist.
They go back. They have what is their small council meeting, and again, Daemon makes the point. Like he sits there and they argue each other. They're always bickering. It seems like, and Daemon's like, in war all suffer. And, and
I wrote that same thing down too.
They were like, the point of, and again, it's a true vision of what government should do in this world. And Daemon's like, we should provide water and security. That's it. We're not supposed to be feeding.
Well, you think that's what the government's supposed to do? Provide water and security?
Well, in this time, yeah.
Okay. Well, bread seems pretty necessary. How long are people going to live on water and security?
That's called free market.
Okay.
And the other point is
agree to disagree.
And she responds, what was it? Merit and I can't read. No, meat and fire. That's what. So the options are water security is what Daemon's for. Mysaria is like meat and fire is what the government's for. Two opposing viewpoints of the role of what the lordship should provide. And then she makes a pithy comment about like, well, I've earned my seat at the table. It's like, yeah, you're lucky he doesn't chop your head off. Like if Rhaenyra would have been so
Rhaenyra saw the power of the King's Landing smallfolk to undermine Aemond and Aegon. Right. And so she is believing it because the only time that she's been in charge and something has gone her way.
Do you know who also saw that power? The High Septon. Manipulated it and said I'm for the people and who was enriched off of it.
Yeah, I think the interesting. I mean, it is so interesting because the source text here is from Blood and Fire. It's written by maesters. Of course, it portrays the maesters as like good people, and the winners write the history, and so they they're not going to show that the High Septon had anything to do with this like unjustness or whatever you want to call it. So then they go to Night, Ulf, and Hugh and Adam, and like the world's. I mean, other than maybe
Dunk's knighting is haphazard way to knight somebody.
Yeah, and I'm like, they're not even gonna. They're just gonna do one tap on each of them. They're like they're supposed to do 7, but okay.
The look on Damon's face when she's like, "All right, do it." Mm-hmm. Like, I have to do this.
And I like that. She's like, "How will you style yourself?" And he says Targaryen, and she's like, "Absolutely not."
Yeah, he's. Ulf overreaches, and again, that's why you be careful, because like on one hand you're praising him and telling him how great you've come to,
and you're forcing him to like risk his life every day,
right? And on the other hand, you're like also like treating him like shit. Like, so you think you're the greatest? The beatings will continue until murder.
Yeah, exactly, exactly.
It's like, and Ulf is just like, oh damn it. Like I thought I was going to get a castle.
Yeah.
Like, this is what I'm getting.
And Adam, then she calls him Adam of Hull, and
which this departs from the books. This departs from the books. Like she raises him up,
not right away,
but it is quick fashion. They don't do this. Will she? Won't she? As much as the show.
It's a little bit different. I mean, We're not doing spoilers,
right? Well,
it happens after the battle, though. The next battle. So then, I also think it's important because they leave, and Hugh Hammer comes up to her and says, like, "Hey, you told me I could bring my wife. She's not here. She's in Tumbleton, and like, can you get us like some accommodations?" And she says, like, "Yeah, I'll get you a house on Visenya's Hill.
Maybe some back pay, some hazard pay."
Yeah. And I think she says, like, "Can you just give me a couple days? I'm awash in dilemmas and deficiencies," which I thought was like a very fun.
Yeah, it was a good way to say, yeah, she's seeing that she can't handle this load.
Yeah. So then she says, she tells Captain Luther, is what we're calling him, Luther, Captain. Let's plan a dinner for the nobles. It's a little foreshadowing. Then she next goes to see, or Allison comes to see her,
right?
Which I'm like, okay, well, we're just letting this woman walk around the castle now. Like, and maybe she's under guard.
She's under guard, and the Queen Dowager comes in and asks for the bones, which is a normal thing. This happens.
This was what Catelyn Stark
asked for
Ned's bones. I mean, it doesn't really like Tyrion actually in Game of Thrones says, like, just return the bones. What are they to you? Like just give them back.
We're gonna hold these captive for no other reason, just to make you mad.
Yeah, okay. I'm like, Joffrey's just being a little brat, and he's like, no, let's just send her bones back. It's fine. And so Rhaenyra agrees to it, and then Rhaenyra starts asking her again, like, hey, how'd you set this throne? And Allison tells her it's going to change her.
No. No, it's not going to change me. No.
You sound like a man who's argued with a 5-year-old a lot today.
That's not going to happen to me. Like, oh, weird. It's like you ask for advice and then you immediately reject it and saying that you won't lose yourself. And in this moment, I was like, Allison's like kind of laying it out like this.
Yeah.
This sucks. It's a shitty job. Like it's not what you think it is. The trappings of power look great on paper, but when you put the rubber to the road, it's not all courts and banquets.
Yeah. And she says, well, my dad never changed. And Allison rightly points out, like, yeah, but your dad was a man. And your dad was Delulu.
Yeah, she hits the line. Your father lived in a world in which he lived in a world of his own construction. Mm-hmm. You and I have never set foot there.
Yep.
And I was like, oh, yeah. It's like, yeah. Like, I know who your father was, and your father was not a good ruler.
Yeah, like
and that's what she's holding herself to. She's holding herself to this idea of
that's such a good point. That's such a good point.
And he was never good.
Yeah.
He's like, the the throne found him unworthy. He was always cutting himself. He was sick, and
Mm-hmm.
he was always in a bad spot because of the position of power that he was in, and he never truly enjoyed it because he could never truly enjoy something that he knew that wasn't becoming of him. And he talks about that at length of like, what kind of king will I be? In earlier seasons, and it showed it to who he was.
Yeah, and I think there's remember in season 2, Alicent is holding Rhaenys hostage after Viserys dies. And even Alicent says, like, he would have been a great country lord. He could have, like, lived out his days, like, fishing and building
his little models, his toy trains,
and like, which he doesn't even do. He just arranges them and tells them. Anyway, like, he would have been a good country lord. He was not a good ruler, and Alicent knows that, and Rhaenyra still is idolizing him.
Right, she can't get over the fact that like her dad's her dad, and she'll always put him on that pedestal.
So then Rhaenyra, like, gets a little backbone, hosts this feast with all the
second dinner party.
The second dinner party. I don't know. I think this one is more uncomfortable than the Corlys.
Yeah, like the Corlys one was bad, and then this one, like, hey, you thought that dinner party was bad? Let's do another notch. And she invites the merchants and the minor nobles, and this pissed me off.
Why? Oh man!
So she brings in, as a leader, you do one thing and one thing only. You don't punch down. And she brings in people that have stolen all the goods, which they bought. They say in the episode that they purchased all the stuff and didn't leave any for the small folk. They used their money to buy these things to store for their family and their people because they saw the issues that were coming because they had foresight. And she feeds them rats.
Yeah, but I would have thought this was more of like a Daemon move than a Mizari. I mean, even Daemon's like, that was a good move. Like,
Daemon thought it was funny. He's like,
it is putting them in their place. It is saying like,
right, but this is the time. This is the time, and this is what
to show some class.
Well, I would agree. The word class is a good word with that. I would also say that it's the time in which you want to enlist people into your causes. Yeah, and right now, you've already demanded that the head of the houses that live in their own castles and palaces come and pay you tribute. These are all their second brothers, cousins. Yep. These are the people that make King's Landing run. Yeah. And you bring them all under your house. You make light of the situation of, I wish you would have come to me sooner. Like who it reminds
me of is when Daenerys takes Meereen and she punishes all the nobles. She like kills a bunch of them, and then what happens? The rich people fund the rebels, right? And
it was just
called
Sons of the Harpy.
Yeah, Sons of the Harpy. Yeah, and like after she's taken the rich nobles away. And then, she's like, oh, shit, I shouldn't have done that.
It gets a lot worse. Yeah. And, like, the one group of people, she already needs people to do the shit that she wants done for her. She insults them. Yep. She feeds them rats. And they're like, you're robbing us. And I was like, well, you should have shown restraints. Like, I used the resources at my disposal to make sure my family was in a position not to starve or be ransacked. And now you have the gold cloaks taking not only everything that we have, but again, when we bring up Daemon's like, yeah, that was a good move for like a hot second.
Yeah, a couple weeks.
This will buy you 2-3 weeks. Great. Yep. You bought 2-3 weeks. That's not going to change the fervor of what's happening in the city as a whole. Like what we need to do is open up our trading lanes and get some more money in here. And I just think it's a giant miscalculation. I think it undercuts her authority in the end because the one group of people that she punched down on are the one group of people that would have gone out of their way to try to make things better for her.
Yeah. Before we go into her conversation with Daemon, I enjoyed meeting Torrin Manderly.
I was wondering if you're going to bring him. Love that actor. He's in a bunch of random movies.
Yeah. I thought he was really captivating. Again, I mean, we
New
did say this all the time.
New piece on the board.
Well, we do say this all the time that this is different than the books. Torrin Manderley is not quite here yet. He's not in King's Landing. He does I mean, we'll see if they change his character a lot, but I thought the Manderleys. So the other thing that we should mention is that the Manderleys are in the north. They're like a port city into the north. They're at the port of the river that leads to the north.
Aren't they near the Fingers?
Yeah, they are. But they are a really, really rich house. They're very wealthy. They're like I'd say like the Lannisters without a gold pit, right? They're like a merchant. They're, can extract tolls. They've always, while they're not men of the like northern, like of the first men, they are like the first Andals, and they always played really nice with the North. And so they're aligned with the Starks. They like the Starks.
They like the Riverlands folks. They know how to throw a party.
They do know how to throw a party.
Just good dudes.
They're good. They're fun. They're fun times. Do we see them at all? I mean, we see them. Lord Manderley is definitely in the Game of Thrones series, but I don't know if we ever go there.
I thought they had a Manderley reference in a Night of the Seven Kingdoms as well.
Well, the Manderleys they're rich. They're like, it's in the north, it's the Starks and the Manderleys. And then you've got like the Karstarks and the Boltons or whatever. But the Karstarks and Boltons are kind of upstarts. The Manderleys and the Starks, they've been there for a long time. And I thought Torrin smiling and giggling at her was quite funny. But then we go out, we see Daemon and Rhaenyra.
The only one that gets it. He's literally the only one that gets it.
Yeah, well, she sends him he says, like, go to the Vale, which is interesting to me because Sheepstealer and his daughter are in the Vale.
Yeah, they also, like, in the episode, they show, like, I need to find who Sheepstealer is.
Yeah, they still don't know who Sheepstealer is.
And
Ryder is.
Yeah, well, some people know. They're just not telling her.
Yeah, like, when she passes Baela in the hall, I even, like, Googled it. I'm like, is that Baela? Or was it... Because at first I thought maybe it was her mom, Laena. Because we just saw Jace and that was a ghost. And I was like, okay, well, maybe we're seeing Laena and that's a ghost. Like, it doesn't make sense to me why she wouldn't talk to Baela. She's always had a close relationship with Baela.
Right.
And I'm like, why don't you ask Baela right now who's on Sheepstealer? But
did you see? And like, that's...
Yeah. I don't know. It feels
asked...
like a weird plot hole that they're not just asking Baela. But Daemon's on his way there. He might run into Sheepstealer. He might run into Rhaena, his daughter. And he's going to get the money.
Well, he says in their interaction, you've come so far, but you still don't know who you are. Mm-hmm. And
sorry, I wanted to have a whole conversation about
I thought
him being crazy. He's like, we have 6 dragons. Let's go take over the whole world.
Right. But that's part of the vision that he had. Like, he sees obviously a Targaryen in a foreign land. He talks about Marine. He references the winged people. Mm-hmm. He says, let's go take Dorne. Because right now, this is actually only the 6 kingdoms.
Yeah.
Like,
let's go take Dorne.
We can take Essos. We can go
to Yeti.
The free cities. All of those can be ours. We can do all these things. We are gods.
But Rhaenyra, I think, understands dragons better than Daemon does.
No, I think I disagree with you. I think that she understands her father's view of dragons.
But we just saw Rhaena be completely unable to control Sheepstealer.
Right. But
like these, just because you're a dragon rider doesn't... Because you're a dragon rider doesn't mean that like your dragon's going to listen to you.
No, but I think the point is, I think that you have the pendulum, right? Like at one end, you have Viserys who like renounced his dragon.
Yeah,
he flew his dragon like 3 times ever.
Yeah, then his dragon died. He didn't.
Yeah, it was
Valerian, the Black Dread.
The Black Dread. It was the last one that saw Dorne in all its glory, or
Valerian
in all its glory, and then you have Daemon that understands like this chaotic gift that you have. Like even at the very beginning, Ormond calls him, do I take the word of the Rogue Prince? And the Rogue Prince truly understands the power that
he's going to kill all these people, Rollins. Like to do that, he has to murder thousands and thousands of people. Like you're just cool with him murdering so many people for power.
I'm not cool with him murdering people with power, but I understand that if you're going to maintain power, you have to maintain power. You can't just sit there and waffle in your decision making, and that's all we see from Rhaenyra.
I just think if Daemon was so smart, he should have burned down the High Tower army.
I agree. I think that was an out of character move at the very beginning. I think at least you just saying you're going to take
cocky.
the Rose Road home.
Yeah.
It's like, no, all right, that's great. I'm going to have some of my graybeards or some of my Tullys escort you home. We're going to make sure that you are on the path on what you do. And we don't even.
I don't think Daemon is as perfect as you're giving him credit.
I'm not saying he's perfect, but I'm seeing and what he said is you've come so far, but you still don't know who you are. And I think that's a great way to sum up.
But then he's like, let's style ourselves as gods. Like, I think he's a little crazy.
Yeah, he is.
Okay, cool. Okay, we agree with that. We agree with that. Okay, cool. That's a good note to end our debate here on. Daemon is crazy. He's just also
brilliant.
Yeah, sure. Okay, then before we get to the next part of her, then she goes, because he says you still have to kill.
Oh yeah,
that was
so funny.
He was like, "Yeah, I'll go, but I'm gonna kill her. You better kill him."
Like they have that good conversation in Valeria and the common tongue, and it's like when he doesn't get the result he wants, but again, he's deferring to her. He still is deferring to her. Yeah. He's like, "All right, you said it, Your Grace," but then he has like, "Still got to kill the kid."
She goes in there, and then she notices that he has carved. I gotta think that there's like something to it.
Sparrow or bird.
Yeah, like a bird of some sort, which is interesting. And I wonder, like, she's like, why isn't he carving a dragon? Because like they would probably, but the bird to me, or like a raven, I don't know. It was interesting. I hope that like that isn't, because we saw that. I hope that comes back.
Who he was, or
well, he says,
and he's the kid that was brown hair in the first couple episodes.
No, I think the kid with brown hair is Darian.
No, I
because they dyed Darian's hair brown.
I thought maybe. I thought it was the same kid. I need to go back.
Darian, I think that they dyed. I mean, we don't know, right? I think they dyed Darian's hair brown, and then they dyed his hair. And I saw somebody say like, when was Rhaenyra gonna realize she could have just been dyeing her kid's hair this whole time? Like, why did she get this whole like bleach it, like the Westerosi bleach hair salon vibe?
I also love like how she like double took and looked at the hair. It's like, God damn it, it is bleach. This is a natural. Look how frizzy this is.
So before we get to that, that's when Mysaria and Rhaenyra go administer food to the poor. I thought it was really interesting. She's looking so tired and so worn down, and she says, Mysaria's like, look, you got a lot, you just lost a couple kids, right. You took over, you're kind of unqualified for this job, you don't really have any friends. Like you got a lot. And she says like she buried her grief, she only feels rage. And Mysaria says like, I feel rage. And I do feel like there is this like feminine rage that is just exuding off the two of them of like, we've been denied everything that we were told that we were going to have.
But for different reasons.
Yeah.
For completely different reasons.
And so they go right outside the Sept of Baelor. And
which I don't think it's called the Sept of Baelor right now.
No, I think it's just the Great Sept. I feel like I looked this up a while ago, but yeah, it's like the main Sept. The one that, we've seen a lot of scenes there. For instance, that's where Aegon was taken when Mysaria hid him in the Great Sept, and they had that big fight outside with Aemond and Aegon. And anyway, they say, like Mysaria says, like, oh, we'll just anoint you. If this High Septon won't anoint you, we'll just anoint you by giving away this food.
Yeah.
And, Rhaenyra makes a good speech, and I think it's the only time in the whole episode she actually smiles as she starts giving out the food.
The tinnitus goes away for like a hot second, the high ringing when she's doing it.
Yeah.
And then it's back.
Yep. She shows up and back into the Red Keep and is immediately confronted by Corlys. come on, Corlys here. Like, when he is like, you did this, it's like, no, your son that you married me, even though you knew he was gay,
Right.
did not provide me children. Like, this
Right.
is actually like, Rhaenys already blamed you for this
Right.
forever ago. Rhaenys said to you, Corlys, right before you guys got married, like, hey, you're putting him and all of his kids in a huge amount of risk because we both know that
Right.
Laenor is not interested in women
Right.
and can't do his duty. And you've always played along with that. And for you to then snap at her is so crazy.
He, like, not only he snaps, but he says the exact same thing that his brother lost
Yeah.
his head for.
Yeah.
And he does it in a public forum.
Yeah.
Where it's like, you're not giving me exactly what I want. I'm just gonna call you to the mat. I did think that the acting here was pretty good. Taking it back, like, you're one of my most trusted advisors. I don't have very many of them. How dare you talk to me like that? But at the same time, like, oh shit, like.
Well, I think she's like, I think she, and we have already said, like, Corlys is a really astute political actor. Like, Corlys knows, like, how big of a deal this would be and how it would question
everything.
Especially
Joffrey, which she also calls to bring him home from the Vale.
Yeah. And, Joffrey is now her heir, and she just can't be seen doing all these favors for her inner council and overturning all these things to give them their names. And for him to not get it is so, I think it's shocking to us and it's shocking to her.
See, I don't understand why she just didn't do it. Because I think that she's come so far, but she doesn't know who she is. Like, with one decree, she could just make this happen, and she could keep her most trusted advisor happy. And at the same time, like, they're already questioning you. Like, people are already questioning you in every aspect that you do. I think that she's overthinking a lot of this stuff. And I think the overthinking comes into play because the white worm is feeding her, well, you got to do it this way, and, like, you need these people to buy in.
Well, the people who'd be most upset about him raising up his bastards are the highborn, who she just fed rats to. So, like,
maybe not give them quail instead of rats, and then say, hey, also this is happening, and hey, we're not going to rob you blind and put you in poverty now, even though, like, you're out not only once, you're out twice because you paid for those goods and now you don't have those goods, and we're just giving them to people that don't give a shit.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, like, if you're a rat from Flea Bottom, like, figuratively or literally, like, a loaf of bread one time in 3 weeks isn't going to change your view of the queen.
I also think, sorry, I got a notification that came up. No, I've totally lost my train of thought here. Anyway, Corlys. Oh, I remember. Like, when this goes back to when Corlys is like, well, I'll marry my son to your daughter, but then the king's name needs to be Valerian.
Right.
And, like, Viserys is like, absolutely not. It's always going to be a Targaryen on the throne.
Mm-hmm.
And he then asked his wife afterwards, like, did I push too hard? And without Rhaenys there, he is pushing too hard. Yes. Like, he has no moderating effect whatsoever.
He has no chill, but he's never had chill. But that's why that makes him who he is.
He had a little bit of chill when Rhaenys could be like, okay, calm down.
When he had the other half of him.
And I do think Rhaenys also put this idea in his head, because right before she died, she was like, that Alan is very comely. Like, I know. And so he thinks he's, like, honoring her memory or whatever it is. But
I think
he's just oversteps.
I think he's seeing what he wants to see in that
moment. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's a good point.
He's not, like, I don't think he's honoring her. Mm-hmm. At the end, I think that he's like, well, she mentioned it one time, so she's good at things.
Yeah. Okay, so then we get our final scene, which we've already kind of alluded to. Rhaenyra goes to talk to Alicent and says, like, I'm not going to kill your son. I'm just going to send him to the wall. And else, like,
Which she should
my
have made
son's
Ormond
here.
do. God, she should have made Ormond go to the wall.
Yeah, I don't know why they didn't kill Ormond. Anyway, so then they go, Allison's still pissed. Like, how dare you do this to my son? My
Right.
sons are dead. How
Right.
many times are we going to have to say, I had 3 dead sons on your tab? So
2 dead, son and a daughter, right?
No, the last one was also a son.
Oh, I thought it was the book said
The stillborn.
Yeah.
I don't know. Whatever. It doesn't matter. It had like scales.
Long
too.
and short of it, yeah, it was
Whatever. I got 3
very
dead kids. You have a crippled kid.
Right.
Well, 2 crippled kids, I guess, if you talk about Aemon getting his eye poking out. But whatever. She's like, I'm showing him mercy. You can go to the wall.
Right.
Whatever.
His actions are not.
Yeah, like I'm gonna whatever. And so then Allison says, like, I'd like to see him. And they go in. I think that this was such great acting.
Yes,
because
it was like, who the fuck is this?
Yeah. Well, and then Rhaenyra is just looking back and forth, like, uh-oh.
I did think that was done really well. I also like in the second watch that I did, I was like, oh, the dragon's like, who's that? Like they did. If you watch, like,
yeah,
what's his dragon's name?
Tessarion.
Tessarion was like,
yeah,
that's not Darion. Like,
yeah.
He's like looking at us like, who's that?
Yeah,
like,
yeah. And
what did he say?
So fake Darion said, like, after they're caught, he's like, oh, well, actually, Ormond made me do this.
He's gonna kill my mom.
Yeah, he's gonna kill my real mom. Sorry.
Yeah.
Like, and he kind of knows he's gonna die.
Right.
I wonder what, I don't know what, do you think they still send the fake kid to the wall? They're gonna,
I don't know. Well,
I don't know. We'll see. I don't know what they're doing with him. And she'd already told, so then she'd already told the servant to burn all of the high tower colors.
Which I love watching the banners drop, because it's like that is a sigil of war.
There's a great Taylor Swift song that says, like, tore my banners down, like, and I just like, I tore my banners down, went underground, like, drank my poison all alone. It's like a great one, great war. And so as we see the fires burning and a dragon keeper shows up. I'm like kind of confused why there was a dragon keeper in Tumbleton to begin with. Like, there aren't, up until Tessarion showing up, it's not like there were dragons in Tumbleton. So
is Tumbleton just south of the capital?
It is, and
maybe like they're the town adjacent to the dragon pit itself.
I think they're a little bit further south than that. Yeah, they're a little bit further south than that.
Maybe that's where they busted
They're not
from.
Far. They're still like in the King's Land, but it is, I don't know. It seemed weird that like the dragon keeper is the one to get out. I think that I feel like they did it as the dragon keeper for like, so they could have like high Valyrian.
Well, low Valyrian. The same.
Yeah, I'm sure. And he says like they have taken Tumbleton. The dragon is now inside the gates. She said she wants to burn the city, and the dragon keeper sort of cautions against that.
People.
I know, even though Justin obviously doesn't care about the people. Burn them all.
Listen.
Mad King Justin over here.
I care about the people, but for the people to thrive, you have to have order. And we have too many people just going willy-nilly in this realm right now, doing whatever they want, getting empowered to do whatever they want, whenever they want to, and like there's no true king right now, and because there's no true king, you're gonna have individuals take liberties.
Yeah,
and that's what I'm saying. Like I think the only person that gets this right now is Daemon. It's like you give them an inch, they'll take a mile, and until you reconstruct the order of what this world is, you can't be soft, because if you go soft on the situation, then you're just going to get taken advantage of. And we saw that over and over and over again this episode.
I think even though a lot of people are saying it was a filler episode, I feel like we got a lot.
I thought it was a good episode as a whole. I think they paired the music, the anxiousness. It's not a fun one to rewatch. It's not a fun one to. It's not going to go into this is a top 10 episode of all time.
Yeah, definitely not.
But it was well shot. It was well mixed. There was a lot of great visuals. Again, like the 3 dragons at the very beginning in the cold open. I thought that was fantastic.
I liked staying in King's Landing all the time too. Right. And this goes back to like your favorite things about Game of Thrones, which is like the small conversations in
Right.
rooms. Yeah.
Right. And
Yeah.
this
It gets back to their roots.
It gets back to what makes the show good. And again, even if you getting advice, even if it's bad advice, is a point worth having. So
Mm-hmm.
on that note,
yeah, well, follow us on all of our channels, and give us a like, let us know your comments,
give us a follow,
give us a follow. We will be back next week. We're going to be a little chaotic next week, and we probably won't have Peter, but maybe in 2 weeks.
Maybe in 2 weeks. Well, we don't know.
We don't know.
We'll
Stay tuned.
Thank you. Bye.